I rewatched the Amazing Spider-Man movies, specifically
I did too.
Amazing Spider-Man 2, to just see if I missed something with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, because I'm a big fan of him. I am an active propaganda artist for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man so that Sony will give him another chance, which will never happen. But I noticed something really strange. There is a big fan debate between Spider-Man fans on who's the most powerful, who's the strongest of the live-action Spider-Man, who would beat who in a fight, who comes out on top of the three of them go at it. Everyone misses something though when having these debates, because in the course of measuring their strength feats and seeing, oh, who put up a better fight against who, because they've shared similar villains now with No Way Home, who fought who better, who has better abilities, whose spider strength is stronger, who's faster, there is one trait that's so important to fighting. Anyone who's a fight fan or has done combat sports knows that the one trait that people miss in this debate that's arguably the most important in my book is durability. All right? People talk about healing, who can heal faster. Very rarely do people mention durability as a high trait, a determining trait when it comes to fighting. If you have a good chin as a fighter, you don't need that much skill, and you can still somehow tank your way through hits and beat someone who's far faster and far more skilled than you and might be stronger. I've seen it happen in the UFC 10,000 times, okay? And I know this is a comic book superhero fight, it's different, but still, hear me out. Andrew Garfield did something unprecedented with this Spider-Man, right? I'm gonna go.
This nigga Andrew, let me tell y'all something, right? I rewatched all the Spider-Man movies because I was at a loss for words. I couldn't figure out, do I fuck with Toby? Do I fuck with Tom, or do I fuck with Andrew, right? And I fuck with all of them. I came to the conclusion that this is a very hard decision for me to make as a real Spider-Man fan. Like, these niggas all did their part, and Andrew, like, at first I was hating on that nigga, I ain't gonna lie, but I knew as a kid I loved his movies. I was like, why am I hating on this nigga? I watched this shit again, I was like, bro, this nigga a real nigga, bro. But at the same time, he was probably like the most like nerdy, geeky like Peter Parker, which I kind of like too. And then we had my nigga Toby, right, who was kind of Pete, but he was still getting bullied and shit. A lot more low key than this nigga. He might have been getting bullied more than this. He was getting his bitch taken, all that. But my nigga Peter, is his name Peter? Toby. Where did I get Peter? Oh, Parker. Toby. My nigga Toby, you feel me? Toby had like a little like, that nigga was a strong Spider-Man, bro. First Spider-Man in that bitch. He had to teach these little niggas something. You feel me? So when you really look at what they were doing, it's an understanding of an understanding and an importance of, okay, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck am I talking about? I'm sorry. Tom is a great mixture of both, though. I don't want niggas even talking about my nigga Tom. He a cool nigga too.
Go through each of the Spider-Man and measure their greatest feats. Everything is being taken into account here, okay? Tobey Maguire, stop the goddamn train. He did that shit. He made a shit face. That's not the only time he shat himself in the course of doing something physical, by the way. His lifting capacity is probably like 10, 12 to 15 tons, but this, it showed that kinetic energy, friction, he was able to deal with it all. That's a lot of power as Spider-Man. He takes explosions to the face. Green Goblin threw a goblin grenade or whatever that thing was and blew up in his face in their final fight in the first Spider-Man movie, okay? You have a lot of durability as a man if you're able to take that kind of impact. He's fought the likes of Sandman and Venom at the same time. Granted, Harry Osborn came in to help, but still. You're taking punches off of Sandman while Venom is choking you with his web. And you're on this like pole. Pretty durable. And we know how fast he is. We know how good his spider sense is. All of that. Tom Holland. He held together the Staten Island ferry ship while it was in the middle of being utterly destroyed. And he did, granted, he only held it temporarily for a little bit of time before Iron Man came to save the day. But still, that's pretty powerful. That's a crazy feat, bro. An entire metal, steel ship, and you're holding that shit together. I have to give you credit. I have to give you credit, okay? He got hit by a train and healed within hours. Cool. Good healing abilities, bro. You healed within hours. He was in a jail cell and healed within hours. He caught Bucky's arm when Bucky tried to punch him. I rate that actually highly, because the only one who's been able to do that and not feel it is Sentry. And Spider-Man took it and was like, he started making jokes. You're really powerful, really durable. I think he might have a more versatile spider sense, because
that's what niggas don't understand. In that moment, in that movie specifically, this movie where he was fighting Mysterio, that nigga had to develop something else. He had to develop echolocation damn near.
In Far From Home, when Mysterio's drones are all locking in on him in that one sequence and his spider sense just takes over and he doesn't even need to open his eyes, yeah, that's on a different level. That was like beyond any kind of spider sense feat I've seen.
At Wells Fargo,
hey, that nigga did beat Doctor Strange too. I was mad, I ain't gonna lie. How did we get there?
And he's really fucking fast. He's fought the likes of Thanos. He's fought Green Goblin. He's fought all these guys, right? So he's got that experience too. So a lot of fans don't want to hear what I'm about to say. We all love Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I love Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. He's my boy, he's my GOAT. He's the OG, right? The MCU has made it their mission, let's say, to state and show everyone how powerful their Spider-Man is. I truly think that, and I'm not even talking about the amount of technology and help he has, even aside from that fact, okay? I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man might be the strongest Spider-Man that we've seen, potentially. A lot of people would just automatically put Tobey because they love Tobey, and Tobey has amazing feats. I'm just saying, if you're not making Tom Holland, Tobey, Spider-Man at least tied, I don't know how you can be calling this objective. Tom Holland has done some insane shit in these movies, y'all. A lot of people give Tom Holland shit for getting his ass whipped by Green Goblin in their condo fight in No Way Home, but as soon as he got really angry and meant to hurt Goblin, Green Goblin didn't put up a fight at all. He didn't land a single punch, and you could.
My nigga, telling the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and all the truth. You feel what I'm saying? He was holding back. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to really fight this nigga. He was trying to really hold back and understand his anger. You feel me? He was still a young bull. He wasn't fully embracing that Spider-Man evilness in him yet. And that's very important. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a little bit evil. I'm a little evil. Call me Spider-Man, nigga. I'm Spider-Man, nigga. A lot of niggas gonna die. Cause the way I'm gonna do shit is just y'all not gonna like it. You feel me? Like, I see some shit going on, I'ma save who I think need to be saved first. They're a paraplegic, I'm grabbing that nigga. Feel me? I'm grabbing that nigga first, off rip. If I think you might be able to survive, and I'm the type of nigga, if I know that saving a few people gonna lead to the death of many, they gonna die. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna try and really rack my brain on how to save all these niggas. I'm sorry. It's gonna be, how do we get out of this in the smartest way? You know, a lot of times they be putting these heroes in them dilemmas and they try to save everybody. Fuck that. Some niggas might have to die while I'm on duty. While I suit up, niggas might have to go away. Feel me? Like, only way they get me is like family or something. And even then, I might be willing to sacrifice if they let me know, like bro, it might just be what it gotta be. Then I'm gonna be like, shit, this is what it is. I gotta save the world. Feel me? I hope that would never happen though.
Say, oh, when Tobey went off on Green Goblin, the same thing happened. I agree, but what Tom did to Green Goblin in their final fight in No Way Home, it was pathetic. It was like, when I watched it, I was actually irritated because I was like, Green Goblin is not. How did he go from the condo fight to this? Tom Holland's just trying now? Clearly not. Tom was clearly trying to hurt him in the first one. Tom's rage has clearly upped his strength to another level. I don't know. I just think when people say Tom Holland's the weakest Spider-Man, it's just silly to me. But like, I know people don't like Tom that much or like his Spidey, but come on now. This dude is strong as fuck. But all that aside, we do have Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, who does not have as many strength feats as the other two Spider-Men. Granted. Let's look through it. He's caught cars like they're nothing, casually. Hoists them over his shoulders and then drops them. He's caught a bus filled with kids, I think, right? he's dodged a bunch of bullets that were fired directly at him by the Rhino, right?
Look, let me tell you something though. When this nigga damn near had super speed. I'm gonna be honest. This nigga was the closest to super speed. I don't know how many slowed down scenes we saw in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but they were like, nigga, they were trying to show us like this nigga had a different type of Spidey sense. Just like I damn near still think, even though Tom Holland was doing all that shit with his eyes closed, this nigga literally still probably got a stronger one.
He's got some cool feats. He's got some cool feats. Now, none of them are as crazy as like hoisting together an entire ship that's coming apart or stopping a train or anything like that, right? But here's one thing that people miss, and this is where the durability aspect comes through, okay? Harry Osborn helps Electro escape in Amazing Spider-Man 2, right? Electro might be the most powerful Spider-Man villain we've seen in the movie series with the live-action Spider-Man. Yeah, granted, you have guys like Venom and all this stuff too, but I swear, bro, what Electro is doing in these films is unprecedented. So there's a scene where Electro escapes thanks to Harry, and when he escapes, he zaps all the security guards that are coming at Harry, and effortlessly zaps them to the point where holes are burnt through their chests. They're completely obliterated by nothing, by literally little zaps from his fingers, right? Then he forms together into a full body. He's able to destroy steel, concrete, everything effortlessly. And then he takes on the full power of the entire grid. So remember, he's able to burn entire holes into people's bodies effortlessly. Can you imagine the damage he would do if he just went full force with both hands in a full-on electric blast? He'd probably incinerate a human very easily, Dr. Manhattan style. Well, guess what? What does that say about Spider-Man's physicality? Because Spider-Man has not only taken shots of electrical current blasts off of Electro, there's a scene where him and Gwen decide that they need to defeat Electro by making him overload on energy, and just that will explode him, right? So Gwen Stacy's trying to overload the grid. Peter Parker has to connect, I don't know, these nodes or whatever together so that there can be a concentrated energy blast that Electro has to absorb, right? So he's holding these together. Every Spider-Man does that same thing. Where they're holding something together, right? This is the craziest feat. He's using their webs to hold them together, right? Electro is fully with the intent to kill, shooting a full forced electro blast with his entire body, not just little zaps from his fingers like he used against the security guards that caused the burned holes through them. No, fully shooting an entire blast at Andrew Garfield's chest as Andrew Garfield's doing this, holding these nodes together.
He might be gassing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did do that though. But it's like, I don't know, bro. I just feel like, nigga, like, I think all the Spider-Mans would have survived this one. Electricity is some shit though. Like, that nigga was fighting light damn near. But it is, I don't know, bro.
Remember what I told you about those electric blasts, what they were able to do to normal humans. How fucking powerful is Spider-Man? Is this guy a god? This is full forced, fully charged Electro with a full force blast, lethal. And Andrew's just taking it. And then when Gwen shoots the final like energy blast or whatever, and it goes through the nodes, it hits Peter, and then overloads Electro and he gets incinerated or exploded or whatever. It hits Peter and knocks him unconscious, but he's alive. How durable can you be? How durable do you have to be to take that? Not only that, directly after this he has to fight Green Goblin while trying to save Gwen Stacy at the same time.
See, that right there was crazy. This nigga was fighting two people at the same time, and Green Goblin was tripping, bro. He was tripping. That nigga was tripping.
No other Spider-Man has to go through anything like this. Yes, I saw Toby get his ass whooped by Sandman, who's punching down on him full force. I'm sorry, bro. What Electro was doing to Andrew Garfield while he was trying to hold the nodes together is arguably worse. Your bones should be melted by that point. You should be incinerated, right? As a normal human. How beyond human is Spider-Man in this? So, look. I'm saying this. He's not the strongest. He's not the fastest. All right? He is the most durable in my opinion. And that counts for a lot in a fight. That's all I'm trying to say. Now here's the one thing though. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's a G. Andrew Garfield's a G. Great actor. I love him. Tobey Maguire might still be the strongest in one way. Andrew Garfield got Gwen. Fine ass Gwen Stacy. Alright?
But you don't.
Peter Parker, Zendaya does not argue with him or bicker with him.
That nigga got Zendaya. He's the best one.
She's a very supportive girlfriend in those movies. Toby has to fight. Toby has to deal with all the shit he has to deal with. Green Goblin, Venom, Sandman, Dr. Ock. He has to fight all these people while dealing with Mary Jane Watson as his girlfriend.
Trace! No, let me chill. Ho!
Who's literally capsizing and molesting his soul every 2 seconds. If that's not the strongest Spider-Man you've ever seen, I don't know what is. If you want to know why Spider-Man shat himself, literally defecated mid-fight against Green Goblin, I have proof of it, I made a video on it, you can watch this video over here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me or talk about
love hard and make bad decisions. It's first Sunday, I'm still begging for Jesus. Can he save me from the fire and the Jezebel spirits? Got bad bitches walking through my thoughts like a demon. Will she take my semen, bear my seed? Can she